All right, welcome to this Jumpstart Your Life Speaker Summit stage. Agnes Laughlin, joy facilitator, healer, and CEO of Miracles in Wellness. Agnes's topic is having more joy and connection in sometimes a lonely world. Take it away.
Thank you. Welcome. May I share my screen too? Okay.
Yeah.
Having more joy and connection in a sometimes lonely world. And you don't have to be alone to feel lonely. Would you love to dive deeper into what sparks connection? Whether you think you need more joy and connection or not, it is an issue for many right now. According to Cigna Global Health, 61% of Americans reported feeling lonely sometimes or always before COVID. And since COVID, this percent has jumped to 66 to even as high as 86%. In fact, it does not matter if you are married or over 50. According to AARP statistics, 28% of those in the first year of marriage voiced feeling lonely, and 28% of those married over 20 years also voice this feeling of loneliness. You may be lonely. Busyness, procrastination, and health issues. According to Dr. Lisa Rankin, feeling lonely is the #1 factor currently in the cause of disease, including heart disease, depression, and anxiety. Disconnect is prevalent in all segments of society. Let us and connect to the love we are. What powers the happiness in your life? And when was the happiest day of your life? Reflect on what the primary emotion you felt at that time. Now, why do we not feel this way all the time? What gets in our way? My story and how pain make changes. One day I had an awakening and realized I had been sleepwalking through most of my life. I love my life. I am a former nurse practitioner with a master's degree in nursing, a certified theta healer, emotional healer, Life Mastery Institute coach, higher brain living facilitator, but it has not always been happy limited for me. Just before my 8th birthday, I went to live in an orphanage with my 2 siblings. My lonely life became even lonelier. In spite of being surrounded by many children, I felt little connection or desire to play. I found solace through a library of books. Fairy tales caught my attention. Way to connect to fantasy reality of beautiful young girls with challenges and opportunities. I was enchanted. Life was full of adventures and always ended happily. When I was in my 40s, it seemed like I had no friends and relationship was just happened or did not. I was married, had 2 children. I had no health or other real issues. Why was I not feeling connected to my life and others? In fact, it took me more years to realize that my life was off track. I call it going through the motions and busyness and unawareness of my loneliness without a deep connection to love in myself. I would go through the busyness of life, caring for a husband, children, working a job, cooking, cleaning, social outings. One day I woke up from the sleepwalk when a visiting stranger was the occasion for me to examine what I really wanted. It was painful at first. I cried. I was determined also. I said love was the only thing that mattered. A friend recommended a book, Power versus Force, which helped me to feel that deep joy and connection were possible. The changes did not happen overnight, but gradually over the next 2 years. What changed was me. I so wanted that connection to myself as love for it in meditation. I released my emotional baggage and my beliefs about who I am and what is possible. I learned and received healing modalities that changed my life. I began to live my life with purpose, passion. I attracted these amazing relationships. My relationship with myself changed. I feel deep joy and gratitude in every aspect of my life, and I would love to empower you in creating more connection. So, 3 mistakes that we make in avoiding loneliness and seeking more joy, love, and connection. Share my screen. Great. So, number 1 is unawareness of the symptoms and causes of loneliness. Instead, there is a vague feeling of anxiety, sadness, to take action. I call it disconnection from the self. We are social beings and are wired since our species began to operate in and connect in social settings. Loneliness locks up joy, especially for women, and depression is more common in women. Most women over 50 think they will have more time to relax and enjoy, and they even deny their disconnect. So lack of awareness leaves them feeling stuck and hopeless. Let us look for a moment at Kate Spade, who committed suicide at the age of 55, much to the disbelief of her family and friends. I believe there is a part of Kate Spade in all of us. Kate left this life with a husband and both present the day she died. Comments from those who knew her ranged from shock to disbelief. The reason I mention Kate is that we often make assumptions of those we know based on outward barometers of success without really knowing what they are dealing with on the inside. My recommendations are to create more awareness and what we want. Realize that connection and love is the state of inner being and wholeness, not a passing feeling. I recommend to read some books, perhaps, on how to build a great love relationship or connection with yourself. Sign up for my free gift and I will email you a list. I recommend also a mirror strategy. Whenever you smile and say, I love myself. Say it multiple times throughout your day. So mistake number 2 is about limiting beliefs. A woman's attempts at happiness never feel like enough. Ghosts from her past revisit her with thoughts about her self-worth. We all hold subconscious beliefs are and what is possible. Are we listening to ourselves every day? What are our thoughts predominantly about? Awareness is an important part of healing. The subconscious mind is said to control 88% of the operating system of our conscious mind. And these programs are meant to keep us safe and the same, but they prevent us from making changes to our lives that would empower us. How would a person know if they have a limiting belief? Guess what? We all have them. Most of the beliefs are from our ancestors. I find them through muscle testing. They are easy to release once aware of them. For example, Therese, a client, is a divorced woman with feelings of overwhelm and overwork. She recently said to me, I think men are just jerks. All good men are taken. Why is releasing limiting beliefs important? Limiting beliefs are a form of disconnection from the self. Relationships, meaningful work, and all areas of life. Past subconscious programs run our present circumstances. They can repeat and cause feelings of unworthiness and pain. And most people who feel or hear they need to love themselves either tune it out completely or they already do love themselves. But this is really their conscious mind speaking. Changing beliefs requires the support of a healer or coach who can guide you. And I recommend theta healing, which is similar to hypnosis, but much more. A theta healing practitioner will guide a person to discover core limiting beliefs about love, money, image, and every aspect of life. And the third reason why we are lonely or don't create connection is that we have a fuzzy vision of how to create a life we would love. And there's no tools or blueprint of how to create what we desire and long for. So why is this important? If one is not in touch with who they are, their map to realize their potential is fuzzy. These people keep searching for the right relationship. Without changing herself, a woman will be plagued with what I call dissatisfaction, or she may be oblivious, like Marilyn. She has had 3 husbands. She is so busy. She does time for herself. She is constantly chattering and only has a superficial vision of who she is and her potential for love. Busyness and business covers her pain and inability to make time for herself and love. My recommendation for creating empowering relationships is to focus on creating face-to-face conversations. Converse with a spouse or special friend. Converse with a stranger. A stranger is just a friend whom you have not met or connected with. I recommend to connect to a variety of people to satisfy a variety of needs and desires. Do not expect just one person to satisfy all. Connect to those who give you a sense of being fully alive. So this blueprint or map that we create will ignite the process of learning to create more and help you transform the way you look at yourself and others. So as long as a woman or person looks to others to feel accepted and happy, will keep searching and never discover the joy of connecting to herself and others in an empowering way. And there's only 4 areas that we have relationships with. I call them the 4 relationships: body, mind, other people relationships, and external creations such as money and career. So feeling alone, our beautiful songlark here has looked outside of herself for connection to a partner or family or other things. Well, all along, the secret to connection has been inside of her. Yes, connecting to the power to love and create and express our unique gifts is inside of each of us. I have a special for our beautiful songlarks who want to have more connection, and it's on my website, miraclesinwellness.com, the top 10 ways to have more connection and joy today. Thank you.
Awesome. Yay. Give her a hand. Way to go, Agnes. Love it.